Welcome back, trainer. So we're going to be doing some Tempest practice rounds here. First trainer is going to be EdgarMtnz, and here we go. I'm starting it off with the Lapras. It's a fairly good entry Pokemon, and he's starting off with the Dugong, another good Pokemon to start off the battle with. Obviously, there's going to be those Pokemon that you're going to encounter that can give you trouble. Personally, for my Lapras here, I do have Water Gun, Surf, and then Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse is going to be Legacy. I don't have any ice moves on it, unfortunately, so that's probably going to be a lot of trouble for me in some situations. If I go up against a Lantern, for instance, it's just going to destroy me. Water Gun's not going to be doing much, and then Thunderbolt's going to just tear right through me unless I shield, which in that case, he's going to destroy my shields. So I did charge up all of my energy here because there was no point. I was just going to Water Gun all the way through and then just spam these here on his next Pokemon, which is going to be the Whiscash. And we're just going to go ahead and Water Gun away. No need to shield anymore. The Lapras did plenty already. So deciding what I want to bring in here, we're going to go ahead and go with the Piloswine with Powdered Snow, and then Avalanche and Bulldoze on that. He does switch into the Altaria here. I don't know about that switch, but okay. You know, at least you're going to be able to see the amount of damage that it's going to be doing onto the Altaria. So with Powdered Snow, it's just extremely fast, great energy to charge that Avalanche. Avalanche is just a strong move. Did take out that Altaria here. Now we're onto the Whiscash again. Going to go ahead and finish it off with the Avalanche right onto that Whiscash. So that's the first good game. And we do 6 rounds. That's what he requested. So 6 or 5, pretty sure. Now we're starting off with the Plusle here. I really like this one, enjoy it. It can get walled. He's going in with the Skarmory, bringing in the Whiscash to wall me extremely hard. I'm going to bring in the Trophius here, and we're just going to go ahead and take that hit because I already knew that a Blizzard was definitely not coming, in which case that would actually take me out there. And we're just going to go ahead and hit that Leaf Blade because we are locked in here. We might as well do as much damage as we can and not try to preserve that Leaf Blade to retreat because the timer is still locked us in there. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Plusle here and discharge right away and see how fast we can get to the next one. And we're already there because we did have a bit of energy already stacked up. That's why we were able to get there so fast, and it charges fairly quick with Spark on that Plusle too. So good option. I really enjoy it. As you can see, it's doing fairly nice up against this Charizard here and plenty of the other water type Pokemon. And Skarmory's coming in, and that's another thing that it's going to be good against. And there you go. See, the thing about these teams is you're going to have to make sure you have coverage for all kinds of Pokemon, obviously, but you don't want too many of them being weak to the same type. As you can see for myself here in a bit, that I do get walled because I don't have coverage for a specific type. So we have Steelix versus Steelix here, and looks like we both have Dragon Tail. I'm going to go ahead and let him hit me with that Crunch because I knew that was coming, and my Earthquake is ready. I'm going to go ahead and go for that. I was thinking he was going to let it go through because he was thinking, oh, he let my Crunch go through, I'll let his as well, but I actually had an Earthquake there, which gave me a little bit of a lead here. So we do have a Crunch fully ready to go, and we're just going to go ahead and do that right away onto the Skarmory here. Whether he shields it up or lets it go through, it doesn't matter. The Steelix has done quite a bit of damage already, and we haven't even used a shield yet, so we're looking great. And I will be letting the Skarmory take me out here. And I'll be bringing in the Plusle yet again, and he's bringing in the Electabuzz. Now, I'm definitely not going to be switching. As you've seen, I did have a Lapras, so pretty much locked in here. Just have to play it the best I can. I'm not hitting that discharge quite yet because I do kind of like to spam him 2 times in a row once in a while. It kind of throws your opponent off. Maybe use a shield when they shouldn't, or I don't know, whatever situation, but it's a good tactic if you know you're going to be able to survive. If you think you're not going to be able to, don't do it. Get your charge move off as fast as possible, unless you wanted to retreat and save it for later. So we're just going to continue to discharge here. That is going to be his last shield, and I will be shielding up this. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and finish off that Electabuzz with the Spark there, and we have discharge ready for the next Pokemon. No shields left. It's going to be Skarmory, and we're going to take it out with 1 shot there, and that's a good game. All right, moving on to the next one here. Now, this is the Altaria, which I had no counters for. See, that's the thing. When you go into these battles, you have to make sure you have coverage for those top hitters for sure, because Altaria is a super tank, and if you don't have something to counter it, which is my Lugia here, but he switches right away into the Dugong, so there's no way at this point. I was thinking to myself, okay, probably lost. Even if I'm able to take this Dugong out now, he still is going to have more shields because I have to protect myself from that Ice Wind, because Lugia is not as tanky as you may think. It's still a great Pokemon to use if you had one. I love using it. It's just not, the god that people may think it is. Although Trophius is pretty good, still has quite a bit of weaknesses. You have the ice, which, flying in grass, you're going to be going down fairly quick. So at this point, I knew I was going to lose. So might as well just go down with the ship fighting and see what I can possibly do. I was thinking about going for Earthquake, but I was like, yeah, what's the point? He might shield up. He didn't shield that Water Pulse, so yeah, he's pretty comfortable with this Y. And bringing out the Trophius, immediately hitting up that Leaf Blade, and this is a good game right here for sure. I'm down. So make sure you take note of that. Have some sort of ice or coverage for all kinds of different Pokemon when you're going into these matches so you don't get walled like that. Alright, now going into the next match, he is starting it off with the Raichu. I started off with the Dugong, not staying out there, bringing in the Lugia. Now that was a misplay. I was trying to go for the Piloswine here, and at this point I was thinking, no, I'm not going to shield because my Sky Attacks are going to do okay damage to it, but it's not very effective. He's going to be able to get those Thunder Punches off a lot quicker, so I'm just going to let it go down, take the loss. Let's see if I can pull this win, and I will let this go through. I still wanted to preserve my shields just a little bit longer. Do go for that Avalanche instead of Bulldoze because it's going to be taking it out anyways. And even if you shield, that's a shield down. We have Charizard doing massive damage. I do retreat the Piloswine. He is going to retreat the Charizard and bring in Altaria, which is great for me. I'm in a good position. That was his last shield. I'm going to be able to get that Ice Wind up extremely fast. And I do have 2 shields left in a very good position here. I do shield up that Sky Attack. This Ice Wind should be enough to take that Altaria out, and down it goes. In comes the Charizard, and I have a secondary move. That's going to be Water Pulse, and I will be able to get there right before the Blast Burn, and that is going to be a good game right there. Dugong holding it down. Let's go. So yeah, even though you have misplays, you can still pull it up. All depending on your opponent. I'm going up against Edgar here. Pretty good player for sure. Like I said, these are just practice rounds. And starting off this next match, I go in with the Dragonite. He starts off with the Dugong. I will be switching out into the Lapras here, and I will be getting off just one serve just to dig into his health a little bit here. And I will use absolutely no shields in this situation because I want to preserve those for later. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to use any more charge moves. I'm just going to go ahead and use my Water Gun all the way through here because I know I will be able to survive whatever it dishes out towards me, and just spam whatever comes in next with my Surf or possibly Dragon Pulse if need be. So we're just waiting here to see, and it's Raichu. We're going to go ahead and go for that Surf 2 times. I should have 2 build up here, and there's a good chunk of the health off and a shield down. So that was nice work on Lapras end, and as you can see why the performance is so nice. And if you did have those legacy ice moves, you are looking golden. Hold on to that, although Water Gun is still going to be very good. If you do have Ice Beam, that is the absolute best one for sure. Okay, I do have Dragon Pulse and that works, but hey, Dragonite coming in here with the Dragon Breath doing a lot of damage. I do decide to shield because I wanted to finish off with Dragon Breath, but he had 2 saved up. Surprise, surprise, down it goes, and in comes the Piloswine to finish off that Charizard there, and that's a good game. All right, and on to Bonechip. Okay, so new opponent here, starting it off with the puzzle. He's going in with the Alolan Graveler. All right, that's going to be a rock and electric type. He does have rock, though. That is going to be a great option going into this cup, so take note of that. I do switch and preserve that charge move there. I will be shielding up because I just want to have a little bit more health at this point, and he is going to be shielding up too. It didn't go for Bulldoze because I figured he would use a shield right away, and at this point, not going to go for Avalanche, not very effective, so we're going to go Bulldoze there and do a decent amount of damage. He doesn't shield up. Great, and we're bringing in the Plusle, hitting that discharge immediately, no time to switch, and the Lapras is going to be hitting me up probably with Surf. Yep, I will be shielding it up because I do want to preserve this Plusle at the moment because I need it out there, and it's going to be taking out that Lapras. Now he's going to be bringing back the Alolan Graveler here, hitting me up with that saved up Rock Blast. Very nice, and I'll be bringing out my Lapras, Water Gunning it out, and I do have a Surf ready to go. No shields on both ends. Charizard coming in. I'll be hitting up that Surf there and doing quite a bit of damage and finishing off with Water Gun. That is a good game. On to the next one here. Let's see what we have. Starting it off with Dugong, and he's bringing in Abomasnow. Now I already knew Razor Leaf was going to be on there. I needed to switch immediately, bringing in the Steelix here. Now I'm not in a good position. He does have the upper hand with the type advantage switching. So he's bringing in Charizard, super effective, and it's not as bad as you may think the situation can be with that fire being super effective to me. and Blast Burn charging extremely quick. Crunch is very nice too with Dragon Tail, and I will be able to survive a decent amount of time and get off a few charge moves, especially if you have shields. I could have shielded this and got off another Crunch. I decided to save it. Don't know why, possibly for a better situation. Plus, is coming in here. That Dragon Claw just really quick. So down goes the Charizard. He's deciding what he's going to do here. I'm going to be hitting Discharge immediately. But unfortunately, it is Wish Cash, and it's not looking so great. He's switching into Abomasnow. I'm going to go ahead and go for that Ice Wind, charging extremely fast. And Abomasnow just digging into my Dugong's health with that Razor Leaf. So nasty, but I will be able to finish it off with Ice Wind. Dugong going down from the Wish Cash there. Plusle is between a rock and a hard place, literally. More like the ground, but it's over for it, and that's a good game. On to the next one here. Pillow starting it off. He's going in with the Lantern. That is going to be another fantastic lead for sure in the Tempest Cup. As you can see, it's just destroying me with the Water Gun, and I'm in no position because all the other Pokemon I have lying in wait, I already know are going to get wrecked. Wasn't able to get to that Avalanche on time, and now I have a choice to make, Lapras or Lugia, and I'm thinking, great, pretty much lost this one. Decided to go ahead and shield that because I knew Thunderbolt was coming in. Lapras will be able to tank through one of these for sure, and with a good amount of health left. And I was trying to get to that Dragon Pulse, and I was able to. And let's see, he's going to let it go through. In a pretty comfortable position right now. That Lantern putting in quite a bit of work, and I basically have 2 Pokemon down here. Now in comes my Lugia, and it's not looking too hot. So he has 2 Pokemon and a shield left. I have 1 and a shield. In comes the Alolan Sandslash, which is pretty cool to see. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the Hydro Pump there. Definitely not Sky Attack, not very effective because it is going to be Steel type. It takes a little longer to get to Hydro Pump, but I took the risk in case he didn't shield, which he didn't. I'm just going to go ahead and go with Sky Attack and finish it off there. And in comes the Altaria. There we go. There it is. And I'm just going to basically get off the Sky Attack. And it's a good game. So thank you to Edgar and to Bonechip. Thank you for watching, trainers. And I'll be catching you all on my next video. Take care.